Good evening, crypto world. It's me, David Allen. Tonight I'm going to go over what I did in the crypto markets today. Today was April 14th, 2017. First of all, I put away half a Bitcoin into my keep key. Basically, anything that I do through Genesis mining or buying crypto, if it can make it into my keep key at some point, it will. And once it's in there, I don't touch it anymore. So I put another half a Bitcoin away. I also purchased another Bitcoin from Coinbase. It takes about 6 days or so to get in there. And like I've been doing every day recently, I buy about $10 worth of Ethereum each day. And when I move Bitcoin, which I move over in increments of half a Bitcoin or a full Bitcoin, I move whatever Ethereum I have over onto my keep key. I'm also mining Ethereum, not too heavily though. But today in my mining allocation, I had the opportunity to switch it to Augur, and I did that since I'm already buying Ethereum every day. So now that allocation will be going to Augur. I bought more of some of my holdings. I added to my Augur. As you may have seen, Genesis Mining sent something out, and for some reason they were pumping Augur. And at first they said they were mining Augur, but I think what they're saying is that you have some choices with Ethereum now that you can put it into Augur. You know, Augur's on the platform, on the Ethereum platform, as is Golem and some other things. And what I think maybe they're setting themselves up for, in my opinion, is that if Ethereum goes to proof of stake from proof of work or some combination thereof, where everybody who's in these Ethereum contracts now suddenly find themselves at a disadvantage or it stops entirely, they've got something else to put you in. And it may just well be Augur, which is the prediction software, which looks pretty cool if you've looked into it. So I added 0.2 Bitcoin of Augur, and I did it as soon as I got that email. And at the time, Augur was down a couple percent, and now Augur, I believe, is up, and yeah, it's up 2.76%. So there was about a 5-6% swing since the Genesis mining announcement came out. If you didn't see it, Genesis Mining is also offering 5% over this Easter weekend through Monday. They have some egg thing that I didn't really mess around with too long, but I never got it open. But where there's a will, there's a way. And anyway, so yeah, I took advantage of the Augur pump, which I don't really know why. I'm only guessing. I also added to my position 0.2 Bitcoin of Ethereum Classic, and now I've got 483 of those. I'm looking at a value of about $1,270. I am bullish on Ethereum Classic. It's still a pretty cheap price. We're maxing out at 210 million coins. Obviously, it's on the Ethereum platform. There is supposedly an ETF that's supposed to be trying to be done. I think there's already a trust out there, so they're trying to bring. It's easier for like mainstream investors maybe to get into Ethereum Classic. But I believe it's a strong play. And what else did I add to? Oh, PIVX. So I had about 865 PIVX or so, and that includes like 3 buys that I did. They were all around 75 cents. And I also staked 3 times, so I got about 18 or so PIVX that way. And PIVX, you know, had a pretty good run. And it was down when I bought it. I think I got it about 150 today. Now it's up to 168. What's interesting, the reason I bought it, even though it's kind of pumping, is I went to Bittrex. And on Bittrex, if you look at the number of sell orders versus the number of buy orders, it was about a 10-to-1 ratio of buy orders to sell orders. So it's just, until that evens out, this coin is headed up. That's all there is to it. So I added to my Augur, I added to my PIVX, and I added to my Ethereum Classic. I use something Coinfolio. It's on my Apple phone, and it keeps tracks of all my coins. Although that I'm holding, I'm basically a buy and hold investor. I'm not trading in and out of anything. I may try to time something, like I did today with Augur when I saw an opportunity, but I'm a buy and hold investor. And right now, my portfolio of cryptocurrency is equal to almost 1% of my overall portfolio of stocks, bonds, real estate, cash, etc., precious metals. And I'm probably going to keep raising that. I'm just having a blast with that. The gains here are amazing. The amount of money coming into the crypto space is unbelievable, and I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. You look at stocks and bonds. The stock market is overvalued. The bull market run looks to be about over right now. There's a lot of geopolitical concerns going on. Bonds don't pay anything because the interest rates are so low, and they're not raising anytime soon. We still have some countries with negative interest rates. Precious metals have pumped a little bit. However, those markets are kind of manipulated, and I am heavily leveraged into precious metals. So it would not break my heart to see gold go to 5,000 and silver go to 50. And I definitely think that's in the realm of possibility. As I've stated before about the metals, though, I mean, basically holding these things and stacking these things and storing these things is more difficult, and then getting rid of them, that's the same thing as well. What I'm looking at doing for my future investing is, number one, buy and hold and stack Bitcoin. So that I will continue to do. Same with Ethereum. I'm doing my $10 a day. I'm not really touching Ripple because, as I've stated before, I don't really understand the connection between getting banks business and making the value of their token go up. I understand that they're making more money, but the people who hold these tokens are not shareholders in the company. And maybe they're using Ripple to do their exchanges back and forth. But other than this one big super pump that we all saw in the last 10 days or so, it's been pretty much flatlining for a long time, and it's doing it again. Litecoin, I saw that the SegWit activation is up to 80%, and so we're I guess we're at day 2 or 3, so it looks like it's going to activate. It is a heavily used coin. I am mining the heck out of it, and I am not using it. I'm going to as I get a bunch of it in my Exodus wallet, I move it over to my Keep Key, and that's where it stays. Dash I think is strong. It's getting a lot more use. It's going to have a limit of 21 million coins. There's a supply and demand favorability there for Dash. I like Dash. Monero I really like. It's falling again. What you need to watch out for is it goes in a range. It's been in a tight range for a while between like 18 and then it can't break over 22. It just hit 18 and I didn't hit it, I'm going to. Next time it hits 18, I'm going to back up the truck a little bit and hit it. NEM, I've done a video. I did a video on that. I like NEM. NEM has been in a constant upward trend. Let me tell you about some statistics here about it. In the last, let me pull up. I use CoinCap on my phone, and what I like the feature is it'll tell you, like, today it's up 4%. In the last week it's up 31.59%. In the last month it's up 97.324%. The last 3 months 494%. The last 6 months 455%, and in the last year 1,309%. If those numbers aren't speaking to you, then I don't know what is. I added yesterday. And if you download their Nano wallet, you can buy straight from there. You don't even have to mess around. Under their services section, you just buy it, and it goes through Change Jelly. You just put in some Bitcoin, and you add to your NEM. It also harvests. It does similar to what Pivx does. And yeah, so I'm looking to add some more NEM. I want to add some more Monero. But my holdings that I really, my core holdings are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, Dash, Pivx, NEM, Ethereum Classic, Augur, Golem, and Dogecoin. Yesterday I added some Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a coin you can use, in a lot of different mechanisms, and like Genesis Mining uses it. In Japan they use it. It's used quite a bit, and it's kind of satisfying to have so much of it. I've got over 500,000 of it. I'm probably going to try to get that up to 5 million. And you can get it through Genesis Mining as well. And the other coin, is Burst. Burst has some great numbers too. It's at a steady incline. Let me go to that coin cap again, and let me scroll down to Burst. It has a steady incline, and I like it, and the community is extremely strong. So today it's up 5.7%. For the week it's up 28.46%. For the month it's up 75%. For 3 months 236%. 6 months 132%, and 1 year is 739%. And it doesn't get a lot of attention. People have mined it. It's really easy to mine. You can mine it on your hard drive. But I'm looking at it as a buy and hold. You can really pick up a lot of it, and it'll double on you in no time. Let me scroll down here, and it's almost out of the top 100. And the reason, well, it's up today, so it's 92. Here it is, Burst. I was calling it a few days ago, and I was saying I think this is going to go over 3, and it was only the market cap was like 2.7 or 2.6. Now look at it, it's 3,230,000, and you can just buy this stuff up, man. I mean, I got to 1 million coins. I've got maybe a Bitcoin and a half in it at most, and it's just a tiny little coin, and it's going places. It's going places. It's a sleeper. It's not just a coin to mine. It's a coin to buy and hold. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on crypto today. My portfolio now is probably 1%, like I said, into cryptocurrency. Maybe a little more if you put all the money that I've got into Genesis Mining. I love Genesis Mining with the daily payouts. But I'm a guy. I've got a professional business that I own. Been making some pretty good money for a while. I've been very fortunate. And when I first heard about Bitcoin, I was very skeptical. I was looking at it. I was kind of checking it out because I saw the similarities to gold. I didn't really understand the intrinsic value of a cryptocurrency. And then Mt. Gox happened. And I wish it wouldn't have, because I might have been able to get in before the huge surge. Even though it's surging now when I'm beginning to throw assets at it, I think it's going to continue to surge. And now that I'm learning the market, I think I can see opportunities. But yeah, you can see that on my Genesis Mining, I'm pretty heavy in Litecoin and pretty heavy in Dash. My wife has an account too. She's got about 800 something megahash at Dash. I've been working mostly with mine lately though. And anyway, if somebody like me is moving toward getting 5-10% of their portfolio into cryptocurrency, there's a lot of money coming into this market. And I'm noticing that some of the people now that are buying master nodes and doing some of these things are business owners and doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs, and different kind of people are coming into the space, and that's why you're seeing a surge. And I continue to say that pick your coins that you like, stack them, hold them, and there's really, I don't see any way you can lose. Even if one goes totally belly up, some of them are going to have just the most amazing numbers, like we've talked about, up 1,500%, 2,000%, up 5,000%, and those coins are going to carry the day for you. I think that the only way that you can lose in the crypto space is to chase the pumping coin, like I've seen some people do. They chase the coin. They get out of what's cold and buy what's hot. And what they're doing is they're selling low and buying high. And as I've said before, a portfolio is like a bar of soap. The more you handle it, the smaller it gets. And most people think that they're good traders, but they're not. I mean, if you can't beat just buying and holding Bitcoin in your trading, then you probably shouldn't be trading. And I take my medicine. I put at least 40% of all my crypto money into buying and holding Bitcoin. When I first started, I thought I was going to do 70%, and I put 30 into altcoins. But as you've seen, the altcoin space is fun. It's pretty spectacular, the gains. There's so many different technologies and wallets and websites and just so many cool ideas that people are coming up with. And it's just really exciting to be involved in the altcoins. I'm not like a Bitcoin maximalist. I think you just have to do Bitcoin. I don't think when it's all said and done, it's going to be just Bitcoin. I think there's going to be many altcoins that have a lot of different purposes. But it's my opinion that if you buy and hold them, just buy and hold them, stack them like you would if you were stacking silver. Just add to what you've got. You can't lose, and you're going to make great money. And I think the gains in the stock market and the bond market, maybe even real estate. I mean, they're going to they're in bubbles. I would temper my expectations. So that's it. I appreciate you listening. If you're going to do any Genesis mining, go ahead and use my code. I will go ahead and use yours. I've gotten everybody back within a couple of days, and that's it. Have a good evening, people. Bye.